Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Sun Devil Source 2-minute drill here following Kenny Dillingham's second weekly Monday presser and the team's very impressive 48-7 victory over Wyoming on Saturday. I'm Gabby Chernoff, he's Chris Cartman, and leading into today's presser, Kenny Dillingham talked about how this was one of the best, most impressive opening starts that he's ever been a part of as a coach on a coaching staff. So what were some of the things that made it so impressive?
Yeah, first of all, that was interesting because he's 34 and he's only been coaching for about 10 years. But it was very impressive. And I think that the effort, the physicality, and the tackling, you don't really see a lot of good tackling the first game of the season, especially when you're sort of building what you're doing in a new team and a new program. But it was actually quite good. And then the execution offensively, he thought that they ran the ball and blocked better than he had anticipated. And quarterback play for having a first-year guy went probably better than he expected. He also said, though, that there were plenty of things that he saw that can still be improved upon and cleaned up, and they beat a team that they should have beaten, and it's time to move on.
And among the impressive things from that first week start, I mean, Sam Levitt was just the talk of Tempe. So what were some of the things that you saw from him and that Kenny Dillingham saw from him that he was singing his praises that made that start, his first collegiate start, one of the most impressive parts of Saturday's game?
Far and away his poise. He was so comfortable out there. It looked like it was a scrimmage that we've seen here from him. Completed 14 of 22. He missed a couple throws, right? There was a touchdown opportunity to Jordan Tyson in the front corner pylon that he missed, overthrew. Maybe some of that is just being a little bit too juiced up internally, but he didn't really show that externally. Dillingham said that he got smoked, like hit hard, popped up like it was nothing. He said he did a good job of using his feet, pocket awareness, a lot of different attributes that are box checking that are a positive sign moving forward. And by the way, like nothing that was even close to an interception out of those 22 throws.
Yeah, and then moving off of the Wyoming game, that opponent, and heading into week 2, Mississippi State Bulldogs are who they're going to be facing. And a lot of internal changes with that coaching staff. They had a big win of their own last weekend, but a defensive coordinator on that staff who's never called plays before. So how does that kind of change their approach heading into this weekend?
Yeah, I asked Kenny about that. He said that their defensive coordinator kind of plan for the programs he's been at over his tenure and the style of defense that you think you're going to see under the Nick Saban tree at Alabama, where he was for a few years as a linebackers coach. And that was very different than what they actually showed in the game. So now you have to sort of rejigger your whole plan. It's not that they're going to be seeing a defense that it's unlike anything they've seen before. It's just that what they had planned for and what they saw were different. And that makes for some additional challenges. And then also an extremely potent offense. They have Blake Shapen as their quarterback. He was a baseball commit at ASU for a period before he went to Baylor to play quarterback, then transferred to Mississippi State. He was their top graded player by PFF for the first week. So there's a big task ahead for ASU. This is going to be a very good offense, I would say, and a defense that's going to be hard to gauge. And so I would say this is 3 or 4 levels tougher than what ASU faced against Wyoming.
Yeah, and with it being 3 or 4 levels tougher, Kenny Dillingham said that they have a chance to do something they've never done before. This program has never beat an SEC school. So as they prepare heading into Saturday to try and accomplish that feat, we'll of course have you covered on Sun Devil Source. I'm Gabby Chernoff, Chris Cartman.